with an expansive number of Cherokee citizens living outside of the nation's traditional and historic boundaries, how will you maintain effective communications and representation of our at-large citizens? The heart of that question is, how will you maintain effective communication and representation of our at-large citizens? How will you do that?
Basil, my name is Jonathan Carter, and I'm going to do my best to attempt to answer that question. The question of how best to engage the citizenry in this kind of situation, I mean, honestly, Councilor Kidwell is going to be the expert on that because he's been doing it for the last couple of years. But part of that question, I have my hearing aids in. I think he said how to better represent at-large citizens.
Yes.
And I could definitely be helpful in answering that question. First off, nothing I said about being shareholders of Cherokee Nation businesses and Cherokee Federal implied or means that anyone in that facility or in those facilities are doing a bad job. I would like to say that saying that we could do more doesn't mean that we're doing it wrong now. That just means we could do more. But to answer this question, the Cherokee Nation and pretty much all nations in the United States are unique because, you know, myself being born in an Indian health facility and my children currently using that exact same facility 40 years later, to me, that it's very special and it's something that I want to make sure that is maintained into the future. That's why my previous statement about the severity and sincerity of the budget cuts that are coming, and we all know that they're coming, the Doge firings, the delays, the cancellations of contracts, those things are going to impact services. And again, pretending that it's not going to happen and that we're just going to call it ebbs and flows, I respectfully disagree. I think this is going to be a drastic downturn and shift in the future of how the United States handles federal budgeting. And as a nation, we need to take it very seriously. And if we do not do so, it will impact services to Native Americans. And I would say, by my ability to represent Cherokee Nation at-large citizens, is that I think how I would best do that is that I have the courage to fight it. I believe that the cuts are coming, and I believe that we need to take those seriously, and I wouldn't give up on that. And, you know, a lot of the stuff that, I don't call it stuff, a lot of the things that we're engaged in as a nation are nice to haves. We need to start focusing on the things we have to have, the need to haves. The need to have is healthcare, education, job opportunities. The nice to haves, those are good, but we can only have those because 75% of our budget comes from the federal government. When that gets slashed, the nice to haves go, and we have to maintain the need to haves. We have to change our focus. So I'll be better at representing the at-large citizens because I understand what's coming, and we have to keep our focus. Secondly, I mean, the cultural preservation piece. Again, if we do not better plan for the impact that the downturn will bring to us, we will not be able to have the cultural preservation activities because the budget will disappear. And when it comes between choosing between prescription medicine and cultural preservation, citizenry is going to want prescription medication. So if we've got to protect the need to have so that we can do the cultural preservation. If not, we've just lost an opportunity. I'll say this, my mother is a 72-year-old Cherokee Nation elder that lives in San Antonio, Texas. She lives outside of the boundaries of an IHS facility, so she cannot access Indian healthcare. She obviously doesn't live in the Cherokee Nation. There are answers to those problems that do not necessarily have to come with an increase in funding. We all lived through telehealth for at least 1 to 3 years. From 2020 to even now, I've had neurosurgeons consult me over video. So literally, we could change the concept and the way we deliver healthcare to all the citizens around the world, and it'd be Cherokee Nation healthcare. And in addition to that, it wouldn't be, just an Indian health service. It would be literally coming from your own tribe. And I think to say that you can't do that because maybe the funding's not there, I just really don't believe that. I believe that the technology is there for us to do it. And I think focusing on that issue along with the budgetary issue, I think that's how I represent our citizens. Thank you.